As I was resting within myself, I discovered a few things. I find out it's a beautiful thing to not to know everything. It's very important actually to be comfortable with not knowing. What am I talking about when I say it's a beautiful thing when you're comfortable with not knowing? Today, you are caught up with wanting to know what tomorrow holds, which school your children will go to, what will you do tomorrow, what type of man, woman you will marry. When I entered this place of rest, inner rest, inner self-resting, I realized that I don't need to know everything. And it's a kind of peace that is there within each one of us, but you kind of neglected it. And I'm here to say that we have to go back to the basics. We have to go back to the drawing board, as in spiritual drawing board. Growing up in the village, there was this clarity of the inner knowing, the natural being. We didn't have to do something to start meditating. Like today, everything is so exaggerated. But you could just know that you are in the knowing, you are in your natural knowledge. I bet because there was not so much noise of the mind. Where I grew up, growing up in the village, it was a situation where I was always given an opportunity to be with myself. When I say myself, I mean the self, where I constantly heard the voice, what we call the voice of God, or the inner self, or the higher power, or the being. I always heard. I was always guided. I was always in peace. So this moment, I took this 2 weeks to rest. I found myself reminded, because it's not a place, it's not a geographical location that I went to, but the stillness was there within me, going to school, coming back, resting within myself, knowing that everything is okay, irrespective of what. And I also got an opportunity to sit down with the self and know that whatever situation you might be going through, I might be going through, it's okay. I am working hard, and I want to share this with you quickly, on learning to silence the mind, the egoistic mind, because the mind is so egoistic. Lots of people, it has robbed them the essence of their being. I like what Moji Baba talks about. He says, when you start identifying yourself with a personhood, I'm a doctor, I'm this, I'm a teacher, I'm a lawyer, I'm rich, I have a husband, this is where the challenges come from, the projections, the imaginations, the illusions, the delusions. And if you're not careful, you can just get carried away with this psychological mind, with these projections, with what we call the egoistic or the false identity. But my joy is that sitting here, it feels beautiful. It feels beautiful. I'm speaking my truth. Not just to myself, I'm sharing my truth with you. And I know it resonates. The wanting and the needing and all these things that people are after, it's not necessary. It took me 4 decades to know that everything is okay if you remain in the eastness. We don't need to wake up the sun in the morning and say, sun, come out and shine. In the night, we don't need to bring the stars out, you know? It should be this very same way with our own lives. Our trying hard is bringing suffering. I said on our other video that the only way people are getting entangled with all these projections, with all these false identities, is because people have forgotten who they are. And I'm here to remind us all that you are a spirit being. You're a powerful being. You're a divine being. You are so powerful. You are timeless. As I believe many speakers have taught on this, that time is also an illusion. The power in you, the grace in you is eternal. It was in the beginning, it is now, and it is to come. After your body has been put to rest, your physical body has been put to rest, the self, the inner being, will continue. I guess this is the message that I have for us today, that remain in consciousness, remain in an awakened state, remain in the knowing who you are, remain speaking your truth. Do not let the noise of this world hinder you from living your truth. There's so much noise. I have to be this, I have to go here, I have to possess so much, I have to marry this kind of person. These are all projections. These are all delusions. Life must just flow. There's a natural flow of life. There's a natural flow of life like a river that doesn't need anyone's help. It breaks my heart, even for myself personally, when I get overworked over things that shouldn't be bothering me. As I said, we can forget to be at this place, but this place never goes away. The isness, as Muji Baba talks about it, the being, the self. This is a place of peace. This is a place of contentment. This is a place of peace, so much peace. Nobody can take this kind of peace from you because it's there. It remains there in your daily walk. Even the moment your emotions are driving you crazy, the isness, this power, this grace is within you. Cherish it, acknowledge it, and live as somebody who knows who they are. So in closing, do not trouble your mind with the things of this world. Do not trouble your mind with the things of this world. I believe 2020 was a signal from God, from the universe, from our Creator, whether you call him God, Jehovah, you call him Allah, you call him Buddha, you call him Shiva, Shambhu, whoever you call him, the eternal God. He is reminding all of us, the four pillars of the earth, we need to come back to our self, the spirit within you, the all-knowing, the almighty, the all-powerful, the unchangeable changer, the great I am, the God that never dies, the eternal one is in you. That silent voice that I'm speaking through, I'm allowing myself to be an instrument for you and I to carry forth this message so you can hear us out. I reiterate, I'm not talking about religion here, because there's lots of palaver in churches, in mosques, in synagogues. I'm talking about knowing thyself and connecting deeply with that knowing. I'm not talking about dogmas and theologies and stuff. I'm talking about the power that has been within you before you knew yourself, before you understood yourself, before you were conceived by your mother. I don't want to go too much into this whole speaking. I love you so much, and I want to end by saying, I, Jacqueline, choose to remain in peace. I choose to remain rooted. I choose God, the supreme power. I choose my pure being. I choose my truth. I choose to be raised back up. Yes, in the awareness that is eternal. I refuse to lose my natural composure, because I know that every storm of life will come and go. But surely the awakening must remain. Surely the consciousness must remain. Surely my awakened state must remain. So that when I go and rest with my ancestors, with my forefathers, I will not be a wandering spirit. But I know that the generation that will come will carry on the legacy of such profound wisdom. I urge you, my fellow beings, I urge you, my fellow beings, remain in your beingness, in your isness. I love you so much. I hope you are all well. Do not be afraid of anything and anyone. I know there's a lot of rumors and a lot of talking and a lot of noise, but as I say, calm your mind, switch off all the projection from the society, from the political people, switch off everything and raise your vibrations high, that nothing can intimidate you, nothing can rob you of the joy that is rightfully yours, because the being, the God within you, has given you love, peace, joy, and happiness as your heritage, as your inheritance. Do not let anybody steal this peace from you. I love you so much. Don't forget to go on Instagram, Jacqueline. I have the t-shirts, the link of the t-shirt on Teespring. Please try and support this work. We have so much to do. We need your financial support. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And I need your comments urgently. I need to hear from you on this matter, on this subject, on our content. What do you think? We love you so much. Again, I apologize for the 2 weeks of absence. I love you so much. I took time off to recuperate. I took time off to rest, because this race is not for the swift. Yeah? I love you deeply. Namaste.